Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Sincerely Agile with Mary. And what's more, it's Valentine's Day. It's a day where we celebrate love. And I'm just going to wait for more people to join me. It's a day we celebrate love. My name is Mary Laniyo. I'm an enterprise agile coach, and we have an interesting topic for you today. Our topic today is agility in romance. Why not? After all, it is Valentine's Day. Agility in romance. I'm sure you're wondering, what do we have in store for you today? Just be patient. Now, today is Valentine's Day, a day that has been set aside to celebrate love. And why not? After all, love is what makes humanity beautiful. Now, the subject of love is so important. We give it, we receive it, but how easy is the subject matter itself? Is it a simple subject matter? Is it complicated? Well, I guess that will depend on who you're talking to. But I'm not an expert in the issues of marriage or relationship, but guess what? We do have someone who's an expert on that topic. So today we're going to be bringing Jerome Yaovi Onikpede. So I'm just going to bring Jerome on the screen. Hello, Jerome.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing? Happy Valentine.
Same to you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I actually like your red. I mean, it's beautiful. I
Thank
really
you.
like your red. Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you for
Thank you
matching up
too.
with me as well. Thank you for matching
Yeah,
up in red
I
with me.
mean, I just thought it was Valentine's, so why not? I mean, why would I want to come in without a touch of red? So I thought, look, I'll do something about the red. And I did something. I hope it looks good on me too.
You look great. You look absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So now
Thank you.
let me
Appreciate
tell
that.
people
Thank you.
a little bit about you. Jerome
Mm.
Yaovi is a marriage relationship consultant, matchmaker, and a retreat host. He's a chief consultant. He's the chief consultant at Jerome is Talking. He's a resource person on television and a columnist in relationship, marriage, and the family on major print media like the Sunday Sun, the Nigerian Tribune, This Day, the Vanguard Allure, and the Street Hawker. His content has been an eye-opener for its readers, both locally and internationally. With his wife, Lorenta, of over 3 decades, they co-host a Taste of Heaven private retreats where they help couples in challenging marriages find more reasons to live happily ever after. Jerome's dating classroom is helping singles who find it difficult in finding a life partner to rediscover themselves and through an agility mindset find the love of their lives. He is an associate of the Tracom Group USA and the first African certified to facilitate the social styles and versatility. He is a Christian by the grace of God, happily married to Lorenta, and they have raised 4 gentlemen. I really love that. You have raised 4 gentlemen. Wow,
That's
Jean,
very
you're
correct. Yes.
welcome. You're welcome to
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you
Sincerely, Agile with
very much.
Mary.
I'm excited to be here. Quite excited to be here. Yeah, excited. And I'd like to say thank you to all the viewers who are also joining us and will still
Yes.
join us afterwards. Yes.
Yes, we'd just like to know where you're joining us from. If you don't mind, let's just engage with our audience for a few seconds here. Where are you joining us from? If you don't mind engaging with us, I can see Agatha on Facebook. I can see Victoria on YouTube. If you don't mind, just let us know where you're joining us from. Now, Jerome, this is a professional platform, right?
Right. Right.
I am an agile coach. So I
Hmm.
talk about, transformation. I talk about agile. I talk about Scrum. I talk about Kanban. I'm not,
Hmm.
a relationship expert. And
Hmm.
moreover, should we be talking about love? Why is it important that we talk about love? So I just have here, I said, just bear with me a second. I'm just trying to bring up my banners. Okay. Now, why should we be talking about love on a professional platform? Why should we be
All right.
talking
Because
about love on a professional platform?
Okay, because in the first place, something I'd like to correct what you just said right now. You said you're not a relationship expert. Now, the truth is this: anyone who is into Agile, who is into Scrum, is actually a relationship expert. The reason being that you have to bring the teams to work together. Do you
Absolutely.
understand? You have to bring the teams to work together. You have to know exactly what each person has to do. You have to be careful enough not to, overburden them with whatever they're doing because you want them to bring out their best. You don't want them to serve on two different teams. You want one person to serve in a team and also have just one task, but accomplish it well, in few
Absolutely.
steps. And then because so you're actually a relationship expert in that sense.
In that sense, I am, and I know that, but I
Yes.
was talking from a love perspective, if you see what I mean. Okay, so I'm just
Right.
going back to our audience now. We've got some patients from Kaduna. We've
Oh,
got some
wonderful.
from Nigeria, Lagos. Yes, we've got a
Okay.
few people joining us now. So back to
Hmm.
my question. Now, let me be more specific about my question with regards to that.
Right.
Um, it's important to talk about love on a professional platform because
Hmm.
professionalism and humanity is intertwined, right?
Very correct. Very true.
So my question to you now is, can our love life affect our professional life?
Oh
Can
yeah. I
our
love.
love life affect our professional life?
Yeah, I'll be kind of with you. Yes, it can. It can, and it is already doing so with a lot of people that work in a lot of organizations. Our love life can affect our professional life because love is intense. Love isn't something that you can bypass or you can ignore. Do you understand? Now, even if you're somebody who is not even if you're somebody who's an impersonal person, there's a possibility you're dating a person that is personal and needs attention, or you're married to somebody that is personal and also needs attention. So let's look at the scenario. This guy comes, he's a great guy when it comes to he has strengths in the area of organizing. He has strengths in the area of directing and doing all sort of things like that. He's very good. People know he's good. He's got all the strengths that make him succeed in an organization. But then you find out that when he gets into marriage, he can be a total failure. The reason being very simple, very, very simple. You see, the organization is an institution. Marriage is also an institution on its own. Now, the beautiful part of it is both of them require different kinds of strengths to actually succeed. They both require different types of strengths to succeed. So if you think that you're so great with your career, and then you go into marriage and you think you're also going to become so great, you got something coming because you're going to realize that if you take in the strengths that you use as a professional that you use and you're also using to succeed in your professional life and also as a practitioner and you bring it into marriage, you're likely to fail in marriage until you're able to sit down and not realize that it is you. Maybe marriage is not meant for you. Maybe you're not supposed to get married. And all of those defeating thoughts that we try to use to defend ourselves, when you leave those kind of thoughts that get you stuck, then what you begin to realize is you'll begin to ask the right kind of questions because the answers have always been there before the questions even come up. You begin to ask the right kind of questions and you will get your answers. These answers will not only come to help you to see, but they will come to bring you in a place of peace. So, for example, if you know that um, you're good at you're good at working on your own because you're a very focused person as a professional person. You're good in working your own. You're very focused. You make decisions. You think certain thoughts through before you actually bring it up and discuss it with your team at all. When you get to your marriage, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You're not going to think, you're going to think something true about your wife, about your children, about your husband, and about your children. You're not going to think something true before you now bring them into the picture. They want to be in the picture from the very beginning. Because if you do not bring them into the picture from the very beginning, you're going to have, problems in your hands. There's going to be a lot of conflicts, because the other person is going to say you're pushing him away or you're pushing her away. And by the time you go through this conflicts continually, sooner than later, you realize that those defeating thoughts about you not being able to do well in an aspect of your life, it's just a matter of time. It starts to creep into your marriage, your profession,
Mm.
and people that work will know it that something is wrong. You're carrying a burden that is creating a shift in that place where you have been splendid, where you have been great, where you have been fantastic. They realize that something is wrong that's creating a shift there, and you are no longer that person that is as focused as you used to be. Now, if they ignore and most of the time, marriage is the last place, or your love life is the last place they will ever think that the problem is coming from. And so you might find out that in organizations they start to actually begin to look into other areas and leave out your love life because they wonder. Why? What? How? Come on, love is the last thing. There's not even much to love. Is he crazy? Is she stupid? Why would she allow love to affect love? What is the meaning of that? Is it not serious? Why is he not taking life seriously? Well, taking life seriously is actually first taking your love life seriously.
Seriously. And I like the fact that you said, if you're in a work environment and you're having problems, the last
Hmm.
thing, anybody is going to be trying to look at is, oh, maybe she's got some problems in her marriage. Maybe she has issues with her
Hmm.
love life. Because first and
Hmm.
foremost, that almost looks like it's out of scope for your human resource
That's right.
department. Anyway, it is out of scope. So
Exactly.
it's going
Yeah.
to be the last thing that they think about or that they even ask you. But
Yeah.
however, let's step back a little bit. Now, the
Okay.
reason we're talking about the issue of love on this platform, especially today being Valentine's Day, it is very appropriate for us to talk about it, is that as you get up in the morning to go
Yeah.
to work, you cannot separate your personal life from your professional life. You cannot get to your
Hmm.
workplace and say, okay, I'm going through some emotional problems with my husband right now or with my boyfriend right now.
Hmm.
But you know what? I'm just about to enter the office. I'm going to blank all of that out of my head now, of my system. Now I'm going to
Hmm.
blank it all out so that I can go into my office and be very, very productive. Is that easy to do?
Hmm. Well, to be very frank with you, there is a particular. If you use the Myers-Briggs type indicator, the MBTI, you realize that the intuitive thinker is one of the personality types. And I'm using the Myers-Briggs type indicator because you'll be amazed about how many people understand so much about the Myers-Briggs indicator. If you look at 10, to bring out 10 people, at least out of 10 people, about 3 or 4 people have run the Myers-Briggs type indicator assessment on themselves. So when you look at the person called the intuitive thinker, they can be very focused, and they might do that because they have the capacity to detach. They can detach themselves from their private life and focus and get what they have to get done. But you know why I'm bringing them in is this. Most of the time, in what we're talking about right now, when you look at my clientele, among my clientele, having issues in that area, it is also really the intuitive thinkers that come for counseling the most. Because when they think they've got it together, when they think that they can handle it, they don't care, they get to a point that they just realize that they cannot handle it anymore. They can't handle it anymore. So my answer is no, it's not that easy. Even when you think that you want to push it down. Do you understand? When you think
Yeah.
that you want to rather bury it, when you think you want to bury it, it doesn't work because at some point in time it's going to come out and it's going to create chaos.
Oh, we've lost you, Jerome. We
That
have
is
lost.
terrible. Chaos that is bad. No, no, no. I'm here.
Okay,
Can you still
good.
see me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can, and
So
I
you
can
see,
hear you.
what I'm saying is, it will bring chaos to you because you denied a few things that should have been handled, things that should
Good.
have been taken care of. You thought you
Mhm.
could you could live without it. So most of the time, what brings us chaos are usually those things that we actually think we can live without. The things we
Thank you.
can actually live without, we take it seriously. The things that we
Okay.
should not try to live without, we do not take it seriously.
Thank you very much for that. So essentially, from what you have just said, our
Mhm.
love life can affect our professional life, essentially.
Absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely,
Fantastic.
yes.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Now,
Right.
I've got another question for you, but the reason I'm asking this question is this. As a relationship expert, I'm sure you get this all the time.
Mhm.
Some say love is enough. Some
Okay.
say love is not enough. So, in other
Okay.
words, I'm going into a relationship and I need to be much more strategic about it, because love is not enough. That's one perspective. I'm going into a
Okay.
relationship. Oh, he loves me. I've heard him say it. That is enough. Off we go. Okay. Now, as an expert in this space, what's your position on the issue of head and heart? Because when we're talking about head, now we're talking about
Yeah.
strategy, right? We're
Mm,
talking about strategy. Should I
mm.
be strategic as a woman, as a young girl, whatever, going into a relationship? Who is this guy? What are his value system? What's my, what are his prospects? What chances do I have that we're going to be successful together? Should we be strategic? Or is it enough when a guy says, I love you, baby? I love you, baby. Is that enough? I love you, baby. Let's go, baby. Is that enough? Is that enough? I love you, baby. Let's go. You're laughing. Tell us. Tell us. I'm sure you
Yeah.
hear this all the
Yeah.
time. I'm sure you
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
this all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I'm laughing because you're right. I mean, when we look at it this way, like you said, there are people that the people that use more of their heart, and there are more people who live in more in their head. The ones who live in their head, we call them the thinkers. They're more or less there. They're quite impersonal in nature anyway. But the ones who live with their feelings, we call them the who live their hearts. We call them the feelers. Now they live.
Oh, we've lost Jerome. It's from his side. We need you to come back, Jerome. We're really enjoying this.
Okay, so you find out that they live in their feelings, they live with their emotions. Now, but then the ones who live in their feelings are the ones you're talking about. They like to fall in love. They are crazy. They are actually more crazy in falling in love than in falling for a person. you know. So you find out what they are dealing more with is love, not even the person. They're not even seeing the person. They don't even know who they're going into. Meanwhile, the one who lives in the head is sizing you up continually, asking a lot of questions, checking you out, listening to what you have to say. If he's not asking you the questions directly, he's asking you the questions in his mind. Do you understand? Or her mind? Do you understand? You're trying to rush him and make him say something. He will tell you, look, do you mind? I think we should take this slow and easy. I'm watching. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here because I want to be with you. And she doesn't understand it. But I look at it this way. When two people begin to understand each other, they can begin to understand each other better.
Oh, connection, connection,
To
connection.
understand each other, they can begin to understand each other better. If both of them are into each other, they can begin to understand each other better. And how can they do that? That means I am going to find out that I am going to be more into you, than just become relaxed that I am with you. While I am with you, I'm going to learn to be into you. So
Hmm.
those things that used to get me afraid about you, I want to begin to understand it. And so I want to ask you questions. And I want to be open minded when I ask you those questions. Do you understand? But then I wouldn't maybe answer everything completely if I don't say this. Because when you say, is love really enough? The truth is this, the truth is this. Love is that this person said we can't compartmentalize. One day says we can't compartmentalize our lives for too long, though. Well, this is it. Let me explain this so that one day understand this better. Do you understand? And maybe also one day might need to listen more and my so that she can understand better as well, because nobody here on this platform has said you have to compartmentalize your life at all. Nobody has said that. But the truth is this. Now, it does not start with love. So when we even say is love enough, it does not start with love. Most times you find out that this thing that you call love actually starts with attraction. So I'm
Hmm.
attracted to you. Do you understand? I'm attracted to you. Now, the first thing I need to look out for, and my partner also needs to look out for, and even if we're not looking out for it, it happens naturally. The first thing is truth.
Hmm.
Do you understand? The first thing is truth. Now, is Mary a truthful person? Is Jerome a person of truth? Do you understand? I might not be looking for it, but if I find some inconsistency in you, I will know naturally. Do you
Mm.
understand? I will know naturally. And so, but I'm attracted to you. I am attracted to you indeed. But then I realize now that if I realize you're not consistent, you don't tell me the truth, even if I'm not looking for it, it will come. If I realize you're not telling me the truth, then the next thing that happens is I'm going to have problems trusting you.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have to make a resolve that I am not going to trust you. Do you understand? It just happens naturally. I might not even have made up my mind. I am not going to trust you. Do you understand? Stella da Silva says, love strategy care. That sounds like hard work to me.
That's what.
Well, well, if you Stella, if you redefine strategy, you might understand that love strategy might be something we need to look forward to in these times that we're living in now. Okay, but I understand. You see, when Stella says love strategy care, it only tells you something. Stella is a feeler. So the feelers don't understand that word strategy, especially when it has to do with love. But let's go on right now so that Stella can also enjoy this as well. So you find out that at the end of the day, if you are someone who is not consistent, then naturally that person will not be able to trust you, because the person has realized you don't tell the truth. Now, the amazing part. When the person cannot trust you, not gradually, the person begins to lose respect for you. Gradually, it happens. It's not something that is planned. It's something that just keeps happening gradually and gradually. Now, I realize you don't tell me the truth. I'm attracted to you, okay? But I need you to help me understand that it's you, nobody else but you. Amazing Grace with Boss said, thank you very much. Thank you, Mary. Thank you that you're here. Mary and I are great, as excited listening to you as well. So you find out, Mary, that person is someone who is going to begin to have issues right now. That person, we realize, doesn't respect you like he or she used to respect you, like from the very beginning. Do you understand? Falabia Jumobi, it's good to see you. We appreciate it. You said you're always with Mary anyway, listening to her. You're excited about all that Mary is doing. Great, great, great one. So you find out that today, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you after many years, indeed. Good to see you. Now, so you find out, Mary, that at the end of the day, when this person just realizes that he doesn't respect you anymore like he used to respect you, you know, and the worst part of it all, the person may not actually eventually love you, because that is the first stage. People think it starts with love, 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 love. It starts with attraction. Now I'm attracted to you. Now, so what it means is this: if I'm attracted to you and I find you to be a person of truth, honestly, gradually, I will just trust you. I will trust you. Do you understand? When you tell me you are in this place on the phone, I just know it's true. I have no reason to doubt you. I have no reason to cross check you. But if you tell me but if that's not the case, I will doubt you all the time, and that's not very good for
Yeah.
me. That's not very good for me. Agatha, good to have you around. Thank you very much for joining us. So that I found that's not very good for me. But now I found that you tell me the truth. Now, because you tell me the truth, I'm beginning to trust you. Because I'm
Yeah.
beginning to trust you, something amazing happens. I
Hmm.
start to respect you.
Hmm.
I start to have a high measure of respect for you. And I'm respecting you now in a unique way, not in the way that I respect everybody else in the world. Do you understand? I'm respecting you like, wow, this is my man. This is my woman. I'm bringing you away from everybody else. I am creating space for you, a platform that nobody else can come in to join you, and put you in a place that I won't put somebody else. And as I begin to trust you, as I begin to respect you, you know what happens? I start to really love you.
Hmm.
I really start to love you. So if you ask me, Jerome, what do you love about Lorenta?
Hmm.
If I don't even have to open my eyes, I can tell you 300 things.
Wow.
Do you understand? I'm not going to say, well, I don't know. It's just the way I feel. My heart. I
And
just, I
that
just
is
love
because
her.
you are into
I
her.
just love her. Yes, you
That's
got, you
because
get
you
it
are
right.
into her.
Because
That's
I
what
am
you said.
into her.
You are
Yeah,
into her. It's not just a
exactly.
case
I'm into.
of you being in love. You are in love with
Yes,
the person.
exactly. I'm in love with the person. I'm into this person, and so I'm excited about this person. I am this person's number one fan. At the end of the day, I'm into this person. Now I start to love you, and as I start to love you, then I start to get very intimate with you. I might be intimate with you without even having to have sex with you. I might be intimate with you without having to do any of those kind of things with you. I can be intimate with you in such a manner that you and I alone begin to share some experiences that I will never share with somebody else. That's intimacy. I'm
Yeah.
sharing a particular experience with you, either in my emotions, in my thoughts. Do you understand? In my willpower, I'm sharing these experiences with you that I would share with somebody else.
Hmm.
So at this point in time, I am actually beginning to say, yes, this is it. So is love enough? Well, no, it's not just about love. It's not
Yeah.
just about love. Love itself is the major thing, and love comes in so many facets, But you realize that even if we don't put it this way, I put it right now. Every
Hmm.
human being gradually goes through this. And the problem we have with marriages today is a lot of people, because of pressure on them and so many things, they know that this person is not somebody they respect right now, but they still get married to people they don't respect.
Hmm.
They still end up married. So we have too many people who are married to people they don't have respect for. Do you understand? And that's
Yeah.
why there's no friendship. So there are
Hmm.
too many marriages without friendships. Too many
Wow.
marriages without friendship.
What if, what if you go into a relationship and you believe that you were friends? I mean, that's you really
Mm.
are each other's friend. And somewhere along the line, things fizzle out because that too can happen. I mean, sometimes we talk about red flags. Oh, you knew he was this, you knew she was that. But can you really know everything about someone? I mean, there are some things that will probably emerge further down the line. I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, this is what I will say. This is what I will say. Because one of the problems that singles want to get married to right now have is that they go into a relationship to look for red flags. That's what they do now. They don't go into a relationship anymore to enjoy themselves. They go
Okay.
into relationship to look for red flags. They've read too many books that tells them 22 things that you notice that must make you run away. 69 things that makes you know that this is not your man. 89 things that tells you that this is not the way your woman should act. 222 things. They have crammed and jammed their heads with all those nonsense, and I call it nonsense because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, you are never able to be with someone and really enjoy the person. Let me start by saying this, Mary. All of us have red flags. All of us have red flags.
I
You just
like
need
that.
to spend some time with me, and you will say, "What? Even Jerome." Do you understand? All of us have red flags. There are
Yeah.
things you will see in me that will make you, move back a bit. There are things I might
Okay.
just see in you that will make me, give you a second look. Do you
Yeah.
understand? But
Yeah.
one of the things that we need to do is, you see, in life, and we don't have, we seem to be missing it there. We don't have that thing whereby we make allowance for ourselves anymore. We don't have that situation where we make allowance, and all of that. Now,
I like what
Stella
Stella is
says,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, Stella says love is relative. Love for some is materialistic. Love for some is companionship. Okay, Stella, let me look at it this way for you. That's what we call love, and that's what we call lust.
Hmm.
Okay, that's what we call love, and that's what we call lust. Now, love, for the definition of love that I know, and concerning all the facets of love, there's nothing that has ever described love as materialistic. Do you understand? Nothing has ever described love as materialistic. However, lust is intense longings for things. Lust is intense longings for things.
Hmm.
Lust wants it right now, wants this, wants that, wants this, wants that. And what is lust itself? Lust is actually a need in reversal.
Hmm.
Lust is a need in reversal. What I mean by this, a need itself is God created all of us with a need in our lives. And The need that everybody has in their lives, God already has supplies for it. So a need is legitimate. A need is a state that requires supply and relief. A need is a state that requires supply and relief. So the end goal of every need is relief, relief. But now, what happens when a person has been through abuse? When a person has been abused, abuse is, to destroy, to hurt, to bruise, to wound, to hurt. That's what abuse is. Abuse brings about damage in a person. Brings about damage in a person. So you find out that if I have a need for companionship, right now, when abuse happens in my life, I can
Mhm.
actually become quite obsessive. Instead of me having a need for companionship right now, I now start getting obsessed with people. That is what
Mhm.
abuse does. Abuse brings about damage and creates a shift. So we move from the need that God has created us with,
Yeah.
and which He has all it takes to meet in our lives anyway, because there's no need that God has put in our life that He can never meet. So a shift happens. We move now from the need, and then we move to it. Our needs become just wants. It becomes our lusts. And
Hmm.
like I said, a need is a state that requires supply and relief. Lust is intense longings for things. Lust is intense longing for things. So right now I just realized that, and lust never, the end goal of lust is actually not, is not relief. Do you understand? The end goal of lust at the end of the day is never relief. So you find out that the person who has this, who is quite lustful, is never a person that is grateful.
Hmm.
Do you understand? Now
Interesting.
that person, um, now somebody says here that having said all that you have said, finding love is a roll of dice. Some people are fortunate and they get the number that they want. Michael, I will say with due respect, that is a very defeating thought that you have. And I want to believe that you will not take every aspect of your life just with this particular thing you've said. That having said all you have said, finding love is a roll of dice, and some find it and are fortunate and they get the number they want. Now, the reason why a lot of people don't find love in their lives is because they believe what Michael has believed. They believe that finding love is a roll of dice. Finding
Yes.
love is not a roll of dice. Finding love is not a roll of dice. If you are going to find love, Michael, the question I put to you is, can you love? When you actually find love, can you yourself, Michael, can you love? Now it's easier to point to say finding love. By the time you say finding love is a roll of dice, if you can love, love will find you. Don't
Hmm.
worry about that. If you can love, if your heart is sincere, we're able to say, well, my problem is I love too much. You haven't loved too much.
Hmm.
You haven't loved too much. You have only, the truth is this, you haven't loved too much. You have only found yourself to be stupid for a period of time in your lifetime. What you
Hmm.
have done is not love. What you've done is you have given yourself away, hoping that that is going to make somebody else give themselves to you. That's not that is not loving too much. As a matter of fact, you have not loved at all. You have only been funny about what you think love is. So
Hmm.
we need to clarify, which of course, Mary, I thank you for this time and this platform. People need to understand so much. There's so much confusion about love, which is why I was trying to, explain this to start with. That even when you say love is materialistic, love is not materialistic. Love is not one of the facets of love. Love is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
Yeah, but you see, I want to address that materialistic because I believe that sometimes, especially in our environment, when
Mm-hmm.
people say, "Oh, we want the guy to be comfortable," before we go into a relationship with him, could that be
Mm-hmm.
what is bringing this about? And of course, we also have situations where these days you see a lot of young girls, they want a man that is totally made. It doesn't matter whether they are the third wife or fourth wife, because they have also seen young women who started with young men. They grew together. When there was nothing, they struggled together. And now the man is rich, he's a millionaire, and the older woman is shoved to one side for a younger girl. So, who is the wiser one here? The one that
Well,
suffers with the man, or the young girl that comes along to say, you know what, I'm not ready to suffer with any man. I want a finished product. So, I mean, it's not black and white. It
I
is
will
not
say
black and
this. I will say this. Nobody asked you to suffer with a man.
white.
Nobody asked you to suffer with a man. They called you to grow with the man. You are not
Grow
supposed
with
to
the man.
suffer with the man. You're
Thank
supposed to
you.
grow with him. And the
Thank
truth
you
is
for
this, I will
correcting.
say this, guys. I am not in support of men that leave their wives after the woman have been with him. But one of the things I try to make the women understand, because they come like such people come with this attitude like they're victims. They come with this attitude like they're victims, but they're not victims. They
Hmm.
need to check themselves as well. Okay, they started with the guy. The guy had expectations for her. She also has expectations for him. The guy was growing, she wasn't growing.
Hmm.
And when I say growing, I'm not saying that you need to, if you're a housewife, and for those of you that are listening to me that are housewives, honestly, I cheer you on, because it
Hmm.
takes a lot to be a housewife.
It does.
If a woman is paid for being a housewife, oh my God, she'll be rich, she'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
If you find women being paid for being housewives, you'll be amazed at how rich they will become.
Yeah.
Do you understand how they will become? So women who are actually homemakers, I think you're doing a great job, because it is not easy to be a homemaker. If it was easy to be a homemaker today, most of what we have going on in our society right now, whereby families are disintegrated, the families have gone into so much dysfunctionality, and we see children every day. We see children every day, and at the end of the day, Osa, it's good to see you. Osa, thank you for coming in. We see children every day. What do we see in the lives of these people? Lives are being degenerated every day. More and more children are going to drugs right now, and so many things. If it was easy to be a homemaker, those things
Hmm.
will not be happening. Do
Hmm.
you understand? So I give credit to women that are homemakers, and I do not blame them. However, even as a homemaker,
Yeah.
do you know there's a way you can grow up with your husband? It affects men when the
Hmm.
man is growing and the
Hmm.
woman is not growing.
Hmm. What if it's
It,
the other way
it,
around? What if it's the other way around also?
whereby the woman, I mean, the
It's
woman
growing,
is growing and
and
the
the man
man
is
is
not
the,
growing.
it's the same thing you feel. Do you understand? It's that you feel a detachment
Hmm.
when you, the woman, you're growing, and this man is just taking it nice and slow. Okay, you're not even asking him to do too much. You've
Hmm.
done so much in his life. You have covered up so much for him. You've been his backup in so many ways. At the end of the day, the woman is going to become very frustrated, very, very frustrated. It's just that it becomes more, it shows more when it's on the side of the man, because he just can lose it and get out. The woman is still very patient and
Hmm.
stays and stays and stays until she knows that, look, I can't take this anymore. I have tried. And most importantly, God knows I've tried.
Hmm.
Not just that I've tried before men. God knows I've tried before him. So when I say, when you find a person that is materialistic, let us separate that being materialistic, but from love. It has nothing to do with love.
Nothing to do with love.
It has Love is not
So
materialistic.
essentially, the person, the woman, the man that is materialistic is strategic.
The Fantastic. Now, the man
Strategic.
and the woman that is materialistic can be strategic.
Okay.
It can she can he or she can be strategic in the way that, look, I'm going to come out of this poverty. What is in my mind is not marriage. Marriage is not so important to me than getting out of poverty.
Hmm.
However, if marriage is a tool that I can use in getting out of poverty, I will use it. So the
Hmm.
person sees marriage at this time as only a tool, but she's not saying she loves. She just wants to be comfortable finally, because she's known
And
poverty all her life.
exactly.
You know,
So that is a strategic girl. So the woman or the young girl who does that is just being strategic. This is not about love. This is not about anything. I
it
just
has
want
it
to.
has
I
it
want to
has
be
nothing to
sorted.
do with love.
I want to be
Yes,
sorted. Okay, fantastic. Thank you
that's
for
it.
answering that
Yes.
thoroughly. Thank you so much, Jerome.
Thank you
Now
very much. Thank you very much, Mary.
let's go back a little bit from arranged
Okay.
marriages to DIY boy meets girl to online dating. What's your take on online dating today? Is it becoming much more accepted in African societies? Let's answer this very briefly.
Yeah, it's becoming more accepted in African society, because most Africans are online now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Most Africans are online right now anyway. But the only thing that hurts me about most Africans being online is that I wish they were online because they were working online. Most
Okay.
Africans are online today because they have no jobs. Okay,
Wow.
and the giants, the social media giants, are very happy to keep them there online 24/7. Do you understand?
Wow.
Browsing, commenting on people's posts, all sort of things like that, fighting among themselves on somebody's posts. Do you understand? And online, as a matchmaker, as a matchmaker, when a man comes to me and I realize he's always online, and I check him and I ask him, "What do you really do for a living?" And you're always online. Now you're telling me you haven't found a job. You're already working. This is a job. You're online, going into people's posts, being a monitoring spirit, monitoring people's posts, say what they are doing, and they are the ones that comment and think they are so intelligent above everybody else. So, such when it's a person like that says he wants me to be his personal matchmaker, I said no, that's not where we're going to start from. We're not going to
Hmm.
start from there. There's no
Hmm.
romance without finance. So we're not going to
Wow.
start from there. Do you understand? We're going to
I like
start
that one.
from you getting a job. You need
Hmm.
you need to be you need to be
Hmm.
responsible. You need to do something with your life. As a matter of fact, let him that does not eat work. Let him not eat. It is pure simple. So
Hmm.
you can't just be online. So when you marry, right now we have a set of men who don't even know that marriage is responsibility. And I tell you something, Mary, a lot of the women out there made it easy for them because they just fund them. They fund their irresponsible lives. A lot of women just fund their irresponsible lives because these women think this is the way to go. They think that this is how they're going to get married, and that is coming from fear. Because if I know I will marry, I'm 45 and I know I will marry, I will not allow fear to make me now bring in a project into my life. I
Hmm.
won't allow fear to bring in a project into my life where I will fund him for the rest of my life. I tell women something, especially those who are listening to me right now, they think they have money. What you have is just change. After some time, we'll finish because you're not investing it.
Hmm.
You keep spending money on this guy. The guy that's nothing. You're sowing seed. You call it even seed. Love seed. Come on, stop fooling yourself. At the end of the day, look, money goes.
Hmm.
And I tell women something, and they think I'm not. They don't understand what I'm saying. I tell them that if you go into such a place with zip, I mean with zip, your skirt has zip. You will come out of it using safety pin to hold your skirt. Why?
Wow.
Because you would have wasted resources to the point
Wow.
that even you are wasted yourself.
Hmm.
You would have wasted resources, and we see it still happening every day. Women see these
Absolutely.
things happening. They see
Mhm.
this happening, and with their eyes, are still going through it for
But,
only one thing. Yeah, you want to
but
say?
Jerome, this is also because of the pressure that society puts on women, especially in African societies. I mean, the shame women feel to walk away from their marriages, even when they are being abused. Recently, there was one we saw on social media that had been beaten, and then she came back saying she's all right. Everybody should keep quiet. It's her business. The shame women feel, I think, has kept a lot of women in, abusive marriages and marriages, that have been so damaging to them. But it seems that is changing now. It seems that is changing now because
Yeah.
our mother's generation, what they taught us was manage, manage. I wouldn't tell my daughter to manage now because I know better. Do you see what I mean? So it looks like
Hmm.
things are getting better for sure. But I need us to go to the next question because this is very, very important. Now, this is my next question.
What if our mothers generation are watching this right now? Because what I just want to stress is this: our
Yes,
mothers were not fools. Our mothers were not fools either. We had mothers who had a lot of wisdom,
true,
a
true,
lot of wisdom,
true,
you know,
true,
a lot of
true.
wisdom, and they managed the situation to the best of their knowledge. So while we
Ability.
may not tell our daughters to manage right now, we're
Yeah,
going to have to tell our daughters as well to walk in wisdom. Wisdom
that's it.
is knowledge. Wisdom is knowledge that is guided with understanding.
That's
Wisdom
it.
is knowledge that is guided with understanding. So
Mm.
we cannot lack wisdom in our marriages or in our friendships and expect it to work. Wisdom is
Absolutely
higher than intelligence.
true.
Wisdom is actually higher than intelligence. Our mothers may not have gone to school, but we had wisdom.
They had wisdom. True, true. I
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
agree. And of course, it was a different time, and things are always changing, which is why we're talking about agility in romance, so that we can see what
absolutely.
we can take away from here. Okay. Now,
That's
that
right.
takes me
Yeah.
to my next question, Jerome. Now, this is very
Okay.
important.
Mm,
Marriage is a legal union, but the vows have remained the same without a doubt. But this is where I'm going with this question. You
mm,
buy a car, they give you this long contract. You buy a land, all these contracts you have to sign. You buy material things and you have to sign all these, really detailed contracts. You take a loan from the bank.
mm,
And here we are when it comes to marriage. We're giving our life away practically, and it's just for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till
mm,
death do us part. That is what we've been saying for years. Do we need
mm.
more than that? Are the vows outdated? And this takes me
Okay.
back to the issue of head and heart. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
What should we be looking at when we're talking about, agility in marriages, agility in, mentality? What's your take on that? Do we need a change? Do we need much more than just, till death do us part?
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that this is the way I will answer that. First of all, I would say that Mary, we may not be able to compare getting a car to getting married. We may not be able to compare that because they're like two different things entirely. In this situation, what I'm trying to say is this. Now, I'm someone who is I mean, I'm a diehard when it comes to marriage and God, in the sense that marriage is not Mary's idea, neither is it my idea. Now, marriage is God's idea. Do you understand? And now that the only reason why we have, marriage is in trouble, deep trouble, was
Mm,
because as men, we took marriage out of the hands of God and we started to put it in our own hands and do it our own way. And we're
mm,
facing a lot of problems with it right now. It is not in the original contract that we had. You call it contract. I mean, I even see it as a commitment to one another. I will use this like example. Now, Loretta and myself, right? I tell people this, that when we met, we were all that we had.
mm.
Okay, and I tell them that we had nothing. All we had was us. Do you know that I still tell people today that Loretta and myself, all we still have is us and nothing. Why
Wow.
is that so? Why is that so? Because the truth is this, we do not take um we do not take
Keep talking. I'm just
okay,
showing that.
fine, great. Okay, great. Now I understand that we do not take we don't come into marriage and where we take the reason why marriage has succeeded till this far is that we didn't come into marriage to take our marriage seriously. We came into marriage to take each other seriously. We take each other seriously. So
Wow.
we're not saying, so is this, look, if you look at the picture behind me, and that's why I like that picture so well. Look at the guy that is winning right there.
Mm,
Look at the guy that is winning right there. You find out that the guy that is winning right there, Afalabi says they're a finished product in a relationship. Afalabi, you will have to rephrase that. I think I understand you, but say that in another way, Afalabi. Now, so you look at the guy that is winning out there, the tortoise. Look at the hair, the hair, the group of hair that is right there. Can you see how they are running and running and running and running? All of them are running to win. But
mm,
who exactly is winning?
mm.
It is the guy that is not taking the race seriously. It
Seriously.
is
Wow.
it is the guy that is not taking the race seriously, but he has taken himself seriously.
Seriously.
And
Wow.
so, because he has taken himself seriously, he
Mm,
has an agility mentality.
wow.
I don't have to do it the way all of you are doing it. I can win this race without
Wow.
having to take the race seriously. I can win this race. The whole idea about this race is for a winner. And I can always imagine a winner. All I have to do is take myself seriously, do it the way I know I should do it, and not the way I think you have been doing it, and you have been told to always do it.
Hmm. You
Do you
know, I like
understand?
how you said all you still have. I mean, you said when you and
Yeah,
Lorenta started, all you had
yeah,
was each other, and that
yeah.
even today, that is all you still have. That
That's right.
means
Yes.
you're focusing on the right thing.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
focusing on,
Very true.
and that is how it
Well,
should be.
and that was what the vows were about.
I
Our
get it.
vows was about us. We made vows to each other.
Yeah.
We did not make vows to marriage.
Hmm.
We made vows to each other in our marriage.
Hmm.
You know, it was not the marriage we made a vow to. We made vows to each other in our marriage, and we're keeping the marriage. I give you an instance. I'm something I like to always give the Tommy just happened, that just happened. Now, we got in here, and I found that Loretta was a bit sad, and all that sort of thing, and I tried to figure out, ask her why she's sad. Why am I doing that? I'm taking her seriously. Now
Hmm.
I had to be here at the life, and also Loretta was there. Not I didn't think she was very happy. When Loretta
Hmm.
is very happy, I'm always very happy. When I'm very
Hmm.
happy, Loretta is always very happy. But I noticed
Hmm.
Lorenta was not very happy, and I tried to figure out what it is. What could it be,
Hmm.
and all of such. But I know I made one statement. I made
Hmm.
one statement today. I said, Loretta, I said, can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? You seem not to be, taking me seriously today. And Loretta said, no. He said, no. He said, Yauvi. She called me by my outgoing name. He said, Yauvi, but I am taking you seriously. If you see all the things I've done so much for you today. I think you're the one who's not seeing it. I think it's
Hmm.
because you're coming in for this life, and you're not seeing anything that I'm doing. And I
Oh,
realized she was right about that. So you see, what were we doing? We're keeping the vows is not the problem we have. It is the
okay.
quality of people that we have in marriage right now. People tell
Wow.
me that marriage is being overrated right now. Marriage is
Hmm.
not overrated. It is the people that are going into the marriages that are
Wow.
overrated. We
Thank you
overrate
so
them. We
much,
don't
Jerome.
we don't put them in good place.
Thank you so much, Jerome. You have answered that so well. It's not the vows are not the problem, it's the people, right? And our
Yeah,
focus is
yeah.
totally on the wrong thing. I like
I
that.
absolutely, absolutely,
Now,
absolutely.
finding love through the agility mindset. Can you explain that?
Okay,
Agility
okay. Let me quickly
mentality.
do. Let me quickly do that. The agility mindset is not a gra mindset. It's not a problem mindset. It's a mindset that makes you to know, look, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you do, enjoy your results, celebrate your results, enjoy your life. So a lot of people that don't understand agility yet need to understand a lot of that. Okay. And Mary, if I can take you through a whole study of God and agility, and you find that God is the author of agility. But let me not go
Okay.
into that right now. Now, what is the agility mindset? It's very simple. You say, tell me that you're 45. You say, yeah, I'm 45, Jerome. Do you think I'm still going to get married? I will say, well, you want me to be truthful with you? She said, yes. I said, I don't think so. She said, but you're a personal matchmaker. You're a relationship coach. Why should you talk like that? I said, yeah, because your attitude tells me you won't get married. I said, so if you're going to get married, you're going to have to stop taking yourself seriously the way
Wow.
you're doing right now. I said, because it's very simple. You can get married. And so what happens is we now begin to go into an agility mentality. Okay, what is that? So you go into a supermarket, you're 45. You know that right now your chances of getting married are very, very small, very small. Let's face it, your chances of getting married is very small. Right from when you're 35 and up, your chance of getting married is very low. So you know that, but you are not put off by that. So what do you want to do? What you want to do is this. You want to stop taking yourself seriously, like that guy the picture behind me. So you want to stop taking yourself seriously, and you want to begin to enjoy your life at 45. Okay, so what do? You go into a good supermarket. Okay, so you are eager to meet a man. You want to meet a man, and it's good. It's good. Having companionship is wonderful. It's beautiful. When you meet the right person, you will love it. It will make your life a beauty. So why do you then go? Why do you go to where they're selling lingeries? Why
Mm-hmm.
don't you go to a place where they're selling things where they're using to repair houses or things for men? Go there, start hanging around. What was going on? One or two men will meet you and talk to you because they are surprised that you are there. At the end of the day, do you understand?
Yeah.
They will come to you,
Yeah.
they will talk to you. Now, what are you doing? You're just enjoying your life now. You're no longer doing gaga. Hey, I must meet a man right now. I must do this. If I don't meet a man, I will die. That's not what you're doing anymore. You go for a conference. At break time, that's when you now want to go to toilets. When you know that people, all the girls are going to be lined up in it to use the toilets. At the end of the day, by the 15-minute break, you will spend it line up using the toilet. Why don't you then go to the toilet before the break time comes? When you have gone to the toilet, when the break time comes, all the women rush and they go to the toilet. Oh, you are going to be one of the 3 or 4 women who are going to be there, and all the guys are all over you, and they want to talk to you and they want to meet you. That's an agility mindset.
Strategy. That's serious strategy right there.
Don't tell me you can't get married. Don't tell me you can't get married.
Thank you. Can you answer this one very
quickly?
Okay,
what happens when one person faithfully, what happens when one person faithfully keeps the vows and the other does not keep the vow? What happens when one person keeps the vow and the other does not keep the vow? Now, I will tell you something, Amazing Grace, with Bosse. I'll tell you something. It's usually not very easy. Not easy at all. Okay, but I was there at some point in time in my life. I told you about how great I've been with Lorenza and everything. I told you about how wonderful I've been with Lorenza and everything. But I've been there in my life whereby I was very unfaithful to her. Very, very unfaithful. Okay, I wasn't keeping my vows, and it wasn't deliberate. I wasn't keeping my vows, but it was not deliberate. It was not because I set out to help Loretta. At that moment, I didn't know what was going. I couldn't understand a lot anymore. I'd been with Loretta. Now our children came. Our children knew papa like that. And when they came, they had Loretta's attention. I was just like, just there. And so eventually, one thing led to another. But the bottom line is, I became unfaithful. You know what happened? Loretta used an agility mindset for me. Everything that I thought she was going to do, when she was finding out, she never did. Like scream. So who is she? What did she do? Why is she better than me? All those things, that's not what she did. You know what she did? She stayed faithful. She stayed faithful for one thing. She realized that there is a reward for faithfulness. And the beauty is that the reward does not come from men. It comes from God.
Thank you, Jerome. Thank you. I'm just trying to see if there's another question I want you to answer, because we've got just 4 minutes left. Now, this has been an awesome session, an awesome session. Now, JeromeIsTalking.org, you want to visit his website. He does retreats for individuals and couples. And Jerome, I mean, you've heard him today. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his onions, that's for sure. Now, one last question here. Celebrating Valentine with self. I mean, if you don't have a boyfriend, a husband, how do you go about this? What's your take on
I think you should. I think it's a great idea, and it's not too late. If you check your time, it's not too late.
Yeah.
Go out now. Valentine is about committed love. Okay, you can't even celebrate Valentine with anybody that's not committed. So first, you get committed to your own self.
Okay.
Love yourself with commitment itself. So do a great job. Do something that Mary and myself have done. You have a red somewhere. Look for that red. Look for that red. Put on that red. Okay. If your neighborhood is safe, go out somewhere, not a crowded place. Go out somewhere. Ask for a good meal. Eat your meal. Enjoy your meal. Eat your meal. Enjoy your meal. And at the end of the day, love yourself, because your Valentine is coming. I'm telling you, with that attitude of yours, your Valentine will soon find you. Wow. Because you're not a woman that is feeling sorry for herself or for himself, like most people out there are doing. You're not feeling sorry for yourself. You're loving yourself because you believe that all things being equal, your set time is coming. Your set time is coming.
Thank you so much, Jerome. Thank you so much. You've answered all the questions here so well. I like how you talk about the agility mentality. You're 45, you're 40, so what? Don't take yourself
exactly. Don't
take yourself too seriously. And sometimes you actually probably find someone when you're not looking, because when when you're looking so hard, when a guy sees you, the first thing they see is a desperate woman, right?
Yeah.
time is up. Our time is up.
Very true. Very true.
Time.
All right.
A big
Okay.
thank you to our audience. Thank you so much, Jerome. I've really enjoyed
Thank
this
you for
session.
all the people that joined us. Thank you. I saw my sister Bumi. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll be here again, Sincerely Agile with Mary, next Sunday. Please subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family. Share on your timeline. Let's get more people, And I think I need Jerome to come back. I need you to come back. I really need
Look,
you to come back.
I'm all yours. As long as it comes to marriage, relationships, retreats, I'm yours.
Let us know what you would like Jerome to come back and talk about. Just put it in the comments. I'll see it after the show. So just put it in the comments. What would you like Jerome to come back and talk about, please, so that I can invite him back here, because this is really important. It is really, really important. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mary. Thank you.
Bye-bye.